Right, you guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Mike's, okay? Make sure. If you don't subscribe to Mike, you're gonna have a fat forehead and a big hairline.
Boom, I'm with the guy Max inside. Subscribe to him, make sure you do. Still best content coming out. You know how it is.
Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're smashing the likes and subscribing if you are new. I was about to say we're trying to reach 1K subscribers. I'm still not used to that routine. But listen, I was recording a video, like a transfer video, just talking about other teams' transfer business. I literally got on my phone and then seen that David Ornstein has dropped that Ange Postecoglu has been sacked. I don't know whether the official announcement is out yet, but I was literally recording. That's the only reason why I know about it straight away. Nah, Spurs haven't tweeted it out yet. But let me get the tweet up anyway, because listen, I didn't know whether it was going to happen or not, but the fact that they made the sacking now, like, fair enough, but they probably should have made it a lot earlier. What I mean a lot earlier, I mean like a few days earlier. I don't know how it takes that long to consider whether you want to sack the guy or not. Ange Postecoglu to be sacked as Tottenham head coach. Athletic reported after Matt Law did. Okay, so Matt Law was the first to break it. I feel like Matt Law is quite reliable at times. By the way, someone's happy. Shout out to George. Someone's happy. But yeah, I think it's the right decision. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I'm keeping the same energy with how it was with David Moyes when he won a trophy with us, and then he got sacked. I mean, then, well, he didn't really get sacked. He got let go a year later because we don't do sackings really unless it's absolutely crazy. We just let them go without compensation and all that. Tottenham aren't really like the same, to be fair. Tottenham do sack managers. They do hire coaches with that are already in a job, and they've been heavily linked to Thomas Frank. Honestly, if Brandon Webber and Thomas Frank both leave Brentford at the same time, I can see Brentford really struggling. Maybe not getting relegated, but that would be mad. That would be mad. So with this sacking, I know he broke the trophy drought and stuff, and I can completely understand that argument because I've heard that argument multiple times at West Ham. But I do think it should be considered that there's going to be a lack of stability with that same brand of football along the way, especially when you look at the fact that they lost 22 league games, which I'm pretty sure is a record for them. Now, do I think Tottenham have the best squad in the world? No, I don't. I don't think it's a great squad. I don't think it's a great squad. I can't lie. Especially in the attacking front, despite the fact that Brennan Johnson did score the winner against Manchester United, I don't really rate him that highly, if I'm being 100% honest. Like, we've got a washed human Son, you've got a Solanke who, of course, not the greatest striker in the world, to be fair. I don't think he's terrible. Richarlison's, again, same. Matthias Tell cannot shoot to save his life. Wilson Odobert is a raw player. Mikey Moore's just coming through the academy. I'm pretty sure there's a couple more players that I'm forgetting, but I could be wrong. But those are the attacking options. With Ange Postecoglu's Tottenham, it wasn't like there was a team that was stable there. That was like when we talk about keeping a philosophy, yeah, there's only such an amount of time where you can just stick to what you have that's still not working, and then take that long to adjust. Like, the first time I saw Tottenham adjust was that Brentford away game, where they defended deeper, and it suits Tottenham's team a lot more. It gives them more of a fighting spirit because everyone seems to be aligned because their morale is up, because it benefits their football as individuals. Because that is a basic thing in football. That's a basic thing in football where footballers will rise their morale almost of a manager getting the best out of their football by switching up a certain tactic where it works. It's quite basic stuff, to be fair. It is quite basic stuff. So I think Ange took too long to adjust. I think he took too long to adjust. I don't think he's a bad manager. I don't think he's a bad manager. I don't think he's a terrible tactician. But it's the lack of adjustment to the game. I do think you have even Pep has 2% pragmatism. Like, he studies his opponent, and I think that's important. I don't think Ange does that enough. I don't think he tweaks it enough in game. I think he takes too long to make substitutions. I think he runs players into the ground too much. I don't think he's great at squad management, which is all very important. Now, do I think Daniel Levy has sacked Ange because he wants Tottenham to be a serious club. No, because it's Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy is very similar to our owner, David Sullivan. With Tottenham, the reason why Daniel Levy has probably sacked him is because he probably thinks that you're not getting Champions League football next year via the league, because that's the only way you can get it next season. And these owners that have experienced Champions League football and get the money for Champions League football want Champions League football every single season, and didn't sack Ange Postecoglu last year because he just missed out. It wouldn't have been necessarily justifiable to sack Ange last year, if I'm being so honest. And I thought Tottenham would be a similar position this year, despite the lack of transfer business, even though I did say multiple times that Tottenham's transfer window wasn't good in the summer, in last year's summer, when they were gassing the Odebear signing. I don't think Odebear's a bad player. I think he's actually a good player, but they were just overgassing it way too much, like he was some savior. Like, bro, that ain't it. That ain't it. Obviously, recruitment is a big problem. I don't think Tottenham are going to change as a club necessarily. I wouldn't be surprised if they got Europe next season. I wouldn't be surprised, depending on their appointment. They've been linked before with Marco Silva and Thomas Frank. I think they would both be good appointments, but I don't think they are top 4 appointments. I think they are top 6, top 8. And to be fair, Tottenham probably don't even want to be there. They probably want to be a consistent top 4 team that wins a cup. I'm going to assume. So I do think it's the right decision, despite the trophy. I think trophies are more important than league positions. I do maintain that. But if your club is unstable, the trophy doesn't overcome what the league position is. But it is a bigger thing to celebrate. That is it. Like, you left, like, it's the best way to leave it as well. It's the best way is to leave on a high. He left on a high. He won a trophy. So I don't know what I'm assuming Tottenham fans think he's a legend just for the trophy, which is up to them whether they think he's a legend or not. By the way, I hate the whole narrative of me deciding whether someone else is a legend of another club. I don't support that club, so it's not for me to decide. It's for the fans to decide. It's for the fans of that club to decide whether he's a legend or not, because every other club is circumstantial. Every club has different standards of what they bring, etc. But ultimately, he gave some Tottenham fans the best moment of their lives, I guess, because a lot of Tottenham fans were probably too young to see the Carabao Cup, or too young to experience it properly, because speaking from my perspective, I was 5 years old when they won that Carabao Cup as a neutral, so it was quite painful for me to see them win that Europa League. I don't think Ange is a bad manager, but I don't think he's necessarily a manager that can compete in the top 5 leagues and compete on all fronts all the time, which is, I'm assuming, what Tottenham want to do as a fan base, not necessarily as a club, because you know what Daniel Levy's like, as I've said. So that's just my opinion. I want to know what your opinion is in the comments. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, whether you think it's the right decision or not. I'm keeping the same energy, because I was literally arguing with other West Ham fans about Moyes should still leave after the trophy. And he didn't leave on a high, because our owners are actually worse than Daniel Levy and don't sack when the iron's hot and don't hire the right appointment, which is what we didn't do. We waited until the next year to sack Moyes, and we hired probably the worst manager I've ever seen in my life. So Tottenham, if you're going to sack a manager that's won you a trophy, you got to get the next appointment right. So listen, make sure to smash your likes. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. And the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Take care.